Kaya lives with her younger brother and father, but their home hasn't been the same since her mother passed away. The grief hangs heavy, casting a shadow over their lives. They barely speak to one another, each lost in their own sorrow. Despite this, Kaya does her best to look after her brother and dad, putting their needs above her own. She's even stopped going out, choosing to stay home and care for them. But today, her friend Clara calls, inviting her for a walk by the sea. Kaya hesitates, but Clara's warmth convinces her, and she decides to go. Her father, meanwhile, is struggling. Today, he's especially low, working on the boat where his wife died. Every glance at it brings back the painful memory of that accident. Kaya, trying to shake off the heaviness, hops into her Jeep and meets Clara, who's waiting with a small group. Clara mentions that her friend and his brother are joining them. Kaya's heart sinks a little. She's not fond of crowds, but Clara reassures her, saying, "Don't worry, you'll like them." Sure enough, the brothers are friendly and make vlogs, adding a spark of energy to the group. The plan is to jetboard to a nearby island. Kaya's uneasy, knowing it'll take time and she needs to be home by evening. Clara's friend insists, "It's not far, we went just a few days ago and we'll be back before sunset." Clara chimes in, understanding Kaya's responsibilities, promising they won't be late. Reluctantly, Kaya agrees, and the four head out. At the island, they have a blast, splashing in the water, laughing, and soaking up the sun. Clara and her friends swim, while Kaya sits with her friend's brother, chatting. For the first time in a while, she feels lighter, like she's found someone who gets her, someone who could be more than a friend. The fun takes a turn when they hit the water on the jetboards. Clara's friend's brother, trying to impress Kaya, speeds up too fast. It's a mistake. The jetboard flips, tossing Clara and her friend into the water. In the chaos, the brother, still reckless, crashes his jetboard into Clara's friend, injuring him badly. He faints, and moments later, his own jetboard flips, throwing him into the seat. Blood clouds the water. Kaya pulls Clara to safety, but the brother is gone, nowhere to be seen. They realize, with sinking hearts, that he's likely drowned in the collision. His brother, Clara's other friend, is overcome with guilt. "If I hadn't sped up, he'd still be here," he says, his voice breaking. He's injured too, barely able to move. The situation worsens. The jetboard's fuel has spilled into the water, leaving Kaya, Clara, and the injured friend stranded. They float, hoping for rescue, when Kaya spots something, a shark, slicing through the waves toward them. Panic sets in. She urges everyone to climb onto the wrecked jetboard for safety. Just then, a boat appears in the distance. Its captain, Ray, spots them and speeds closer. Relief washes over them as he pulls them aboard one by one. "You're safe now," he says, helping the injured friend sit who's bleeding heavily from his wounds. Clara, shaken, heads to the boat's washroom. Kaya notices Ray stealing glances at her, his eyes lingering a bit too long. When Clara doesn't return, Kaya goes to check on her. She finds Ray busy with something, so she waits, watching him. He's dabbing a chemical onto cotton, and Kaya assumes it's for the injured friend's wounds. But then, in a sudden move, Ray presses the cloth to Kaya's mouth. A sharp smell hits her, and everything goes black. When Kaya wakes, she's trapped in a locked container at the back of the boat, the door sealed above her. Clara's there too, dazed and terrified. They spot a stick with "help" scratched into it, a chilling sign that others have been trapped here before. The mattress they're on is stained with blood and strewn with strands of hair, proof that many girls have suffered in this dark, cramped chamber. Fear grips them as they realize the danger they're in. "I wish we'd never come to that island," Clara whispers, but regret won't help them now. They need a way out. The next morning, Ray opens the hatch and tosses in rotten fish for them to eat. Kaya pleads, "Please let me go. My brother's alone at home. He needs me." Ray's face hardens. "Try to escape? I'll kill you, cut you up, and feed you to the fish," he snarls, slamming the door shut. He goes back to his routine, eating raw fish, smoking, and listening to music, as if nothing is wrong. Then he speaks into a walkie-talkie, hinting that someone else is coming. Clara's injured friend, still on the boat, lies untreated, weak from hunger and blood loss. 4 days pass. In a ship's horn sounds. Kaya and Clara's hopes soar. Maybe it's the Coast Guard, but it's no savior. a doctor arrives, docking his small boat after parking his ship far off. He checks on Clara's friend, asking Ray, "How long has he been like this?" Ray shrugs. "About 4 days." The doctor nods coldly. He'll still be useful. The doctor heads below to the girls, asking, "Which of you is hurt?" Clara steps forward, and he examines her briefly, before returning upstairs. Moments later, screams pierce the air. Clara's friend. The truth dawns on them. The doctor isn't here to help. He's harvesting organs, cutting into the injured man while he's still alive, taking kidneys, heart, eyes, liver, anything he can sell. It's a gruesome business, and they have no mercy. When the screams stop, they know he's dead. His body is tossed into the sea, and Kaya and Clara, trapped below, realize the doctor and Ray are far worse than they feared. Their fight for survival has only just begun. The danger isn't over yet. Ray, the cruel captain, is working with the doctor just as heartless as he is. Below deck, Kaya and Clara overhear a chilling conversation. The doctor says, "The injured girl's no use to us. We'll kill her here. But the healthy one, I'll take her. A rich client's son needs a young person's kidney, and we'll make a fortune." Ray nods, unfazed. This is their grim routine, rescuing people from the sea only to harvest their organs for profit. The truth hits Kaya and Clara like a wave. They're in the hands of monsters. Soon, Ray and the doctor descend into the container. Kaya tries to stop them, pleading for Clara, but Ray strikes her, knocking her unconscious. They drag Clara upstairs, leaving Kaya crumpled on the floor. Hours later, Kaya awakes to Clara's screams piercing the air. She's still alive, but not for long. The doctor hasn't started his gruesome work yet, so Kaya knows she has to act fast. Scanning the container, she notices a fan in the wall, now switched off. If she can push it out, she might escape through the hole. With all her strength, she shoves the fan until it gives way, revealing a small opening. Heart pounding, she crawls out and creeps onto the deck. Upstairs, the doctor is preparing to operate on Clara. Ray appears, forcing Kaya to duck into the engine room for cover. There, she finds a fishing spear, a sharp tool used to catch fish. It's her only weapon. When Ray leaves, Kaya slips back to the deck, aiming the spear at the doctor. He's stunned. No one's ever escaped his trap before. Smirking, he tries to talk her down, weaving lies to confuse her. But Kaya doesn't hesitate. She fires the spear, striking him. It's not enough to kill him, though. He lunges at her, furious. In the chaos, Kaya unties Clara's ropes without the doctor noticing. Clara, seizing the moment, grabs a knife and stabs the doctor repeatedly in the neck. He collapses, dead. With the doctor gone, the girls search for a way off the boat. Ray still doesn't know what's happened, giving them a small window of time. Kaya remembers the doctor arrived on a separate ship, anchored nearby. They leap into the water, swimming toward it, desperate to escape. Moments later, Ray returns to the deck and sees the chaos. The doctor's body, the scattered equipment. He knows something's wrong. Spotting the doctor's small boat still docked, he assumes the girls are hiding on his ship. He searches every corner, but finds nothing. Climbing higher, he switches on a searchlight and spots them swimming toward the doctor's ship. Furious, he tries to start his boat, but it won't move. Kaya, thinking ahead, had sabotaged the engine by cutting its wires when she was in the engine room. Clara, weakened by her injuries, struggles to swim. Kaya tries to help her, but it's clear Clara can't make it. With a heavy heart, Kaya decides to swim to the ship alone to find help. She reaches it, but without the keys, she can't start the engine. Rummaging through the cabin, she finds a radio and contacts the Coast Guard. "I'm stranded here," she cries, explaining the situation. They tell her to find a device called a picker, a tracker that can signal her location. She searches frantically, but finds only a flare. The Coast Guard warns her that without the picker, they can't locate her easily. It's too far out. Determined, Kaya keeps looking and finally finds the device. To activate it, she needs to throw it into the water. As she heads to the deck, she senses movement. Someone's swimming nearby. It's Ray. Her heart races as she hides, clutching the picker. Ray boards the ship, searching for her. Kaya slips into the doctor's bedroom, where she spots a family photo. The doctor had 2 daughters of his own, yet his greed drove him to destroy lives without a shred of mercy. Suddenly, Ray finds her. He stabs her in the stomach, and she falls, blood seeping from the wound. Thinking fast, Kaya pretends to reach for him, as if for comfort. When he leans in, she presses the flare into his face. He screams, writhing in pain, and collapses. Kaya, badly injured, drags herself to the deck's edge. She tries to throw the picker into the water, but her strength fails, and she faints, the device slipping from her hand. Through the night, the ship rocks with the waves. By some miracle, the picker slides off the deck, splashing into the sea and activating. Its signal reaches the Coast Guard. At dawn, their boat arrives. They find Kaya, barely alive, and Ray's lifeless body. As they prepare to leave, they spot Clara floating in the water, still alive, against all odds. They pull her aboard, and the 2 friends, battered and shaken, cling to each other, tears streaming down their faces. They never imagined their day at the sea would turn into such a nightmare. Safely brought to shore, Kaya and Clara look at each other, managing weak smiles. They're grateful to be alive, vowing never to return to such dangerous places. But for Kaya, the weight of her mother's death still lingers, a wound that hasn't healed. The ordeal is over, but their hearts carry the scars. And so their story ends, not with triumph, but with survival, and a quiet promise to face life a little wiser.